you guys for tuning in, and thank you for the people who's here with me, my guests who I'm going to introduce. Light at the end of the tunnel. Welcome to another episode of Brick by Brick. Today we're exploring the theme, light at the end of the tunnel. In the world of business and personal growth, challenges and setbacks are inevitable. Adaptability and perseverance, there's always hope ahead. I'm thrilled to be joined by my mentors, Carlos, who has navigated these waters and emerged stronger, and Jeandy, who has been with me from the beginning of my journey, also currently learning, but more seasoned than myself. These amazing people will have different perspectives in the life of business and personal growth, but align with the same vision. Carlos, who has went through the tunnel, Jeandy, who has entered the tunnel, and you, the people watching, who are looking inside the tunnel. Together, we'll share insights and stories to help you see why, no matter how tough it gets, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Let's dive in. What's up, Carlos?
My brother Mars, thank you for having me, bro.
Thank you for coming,
I want
bro.
to thank God. I want to thank the team, Jeandy, and the rest of the people in the organization. And I just want to thank your audience too for tuning in to listen to us, and just to sit back and just hear us out, hear our message, because we want to be light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly.
You got me? We want to be light where there's darkness. We understand what's darkness because we were literally raised in darkness, right? But we came out of the darkness, right? We decided to come out of it because we had to have faith. We overcame the fear. We overcame being in a comfort zone. We decided to grow, get rid of our old ways, get rid of our weaknesses in order to live our dreams. And that's what we're here to pay it forward, right? PIF. Make sense?
Exactly. We're paying it forward.
To
now
help
we're
people
here
accomplish
to
their dreams.
impact lives.
Impact
Based
over
on
income.
Exactly. Based on our experience, so we're here to transform people. We're not in a transaction business. We're here to make a change, but we're not doing it for the change. So my first question to you is, what inspired you to keep going during tough times?
Simple, bro. God, you got me. If God gives me another day, another opportunity to, work on my mission, my purpose, my vision, why not, just, conquer day by day, and just continue, having faith, just watering the vision, chasing the vision and just creating value for others. Because he who does not live to serve doesn't deserve living. God gives you life. It's for you to keep on moving forward with that vision.
Exactly. What key lesson did you learn from overcoming challenges?
What key lessons?
Yeah.
If people are gonna label me something, I'll label myself. I don't even like using the word successful because success, the rent is due every day. Well, simple, a successful failure. I've just been failing forward. It's not over till we win, right? And what did I learn from that L? To get to millions has 2 L's. You got to take a couple L's, right?
Exactly.
Those are lessons. It's all perspective. When you lose, it's all how you see the loss. Losses are, in reality, are opportunities. And believe it or not, it's all how you take them. Some people look at it like a loss, and some people look at it like, what can I win from that? Every failure brings a seed of an opportunity, of a blessing.
Yeah, we learn through pain, we learn through failure.
Pain, you got to go through pain. Then you got to reflect on that pain in order to progress. You got to, keep on moving forward.
It failed, right? First attempt at learning. So we constantly learn from our failures and learn in life in general.
Well, you see, wise men, wise humans, we learn from other people's mistake, other people's failure, you too, That's why I live by the saying, he who works all day has no time to personal develop. Jeandy Rockefeller once said, he who works all day has no time to make money. I say, he who works all day has no time to personal develop. You work hard on yourself, you make a fortune. You work hard on a job, you make a living, right? Why not become the business, right? Business is serving. Make sense?
Yeah.
Secret number 1, God wants each of us to be obsessively preoccupied with the needs and desires of his other children.
My next question to you is, what are some key strategies for adapting to change?
What are some key strategies to adapting to change? Some key strategies to adapting to change is just, having a growth mindset, just being an open-minded type of person. You got me? Understanding that, life's challenges are going to come and you got to be prepared for those challenges. You got me? That's like we play sports. Every next milestone requires a new you. Today we did an episode in CMR Podcast Network What was the episode? 160. Why? What? You forgot?
I know it's about the new year.
Huh? I'm not gonna remind you. Go watch episode 160, CMR Podcast Network. I said the title a billion times. Well, let's continue.
All right. At what point? This question been wanting to ask you. At what point did you realize you had to go from the modern day business route to go away from the traditional business?
Bro, since I was a little kid, I was always questioning why this, why that, why everything. You got me? I was always looking for ways how to do things smarter, not harder. I remember my uncle's store, just to bring stories, you got me, and bring experiences that I had. You see how furniture store, you got to assemble tables and assemble things? You see La Llave Allen, you know the Allen keys?
Yeah.
Right? I used to break them, right? To put them in the drill back in the day. So I used to get creative just on how I could basically, get things done quicker. And I used to see people just working hard. Like, for example, my father, he's older than my uncle. He used to work for his own brother. Make sense?
Yeah.
So I was just figuring ways on just how basically questioning everything. I used to ask myself, and ask them, why my father, works for my uncle, for his brother, and his brother's younger, Then why my uncle is the one that tells my father what to do. So I was always questioning everything, I was very curious. You saw that little kid today, Tomas, right? Joanna's son, that Gio bro, right? You saw, he made me reflect back when I was that age. You got me? You saw how mature he was. I was literally straight up. I was like 10 times more mature than him. And he's extremely mature.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Bro, that kid knows 3 languages. You got me? But going from modern business from traditional business to modern, I was always all my life working on the business, not in. I'm the type of person since a little kid, I do things only once. And it's just to learn how to do it. I never liked doing repetitive work. I have all my life, I don't do things 2 times. If I'm going to do something, I'll do it once, then I have to delegate it, outsource. So it was just, how can I get to the next level? Always. Bro, when I was 17, I had 5 stores. I was not working inside the business. Even when I used to work with my uncle, the Arabs, you got me? I was not an employee because I was basically straight up just getting paid commission. And in my uncle's store, I didn't want to get paid because I had an attitude of gratitude. I learned having an attitude of gratitude since a little kid. My uncle wanted to pay me, but I was smart enough to not get a pay because first of all, in my family, they used to buy me everything. My mother came when I was 8 years old. I was the oldest of the grandkids from the boys from on my father's side. So I was treated like a king, bro. So I was the boy. I was the only boy. So I have a lot of cousins. They're girls. You got me? But I was the oldest boy. So I was the king of the house.
At that young age, what do you think build that maturity at that young age? Just
simple, just my father, he's a daily drinker. You got me? I was not gonna depend on my father. It was just, if you basically put a banana in we're a byproduct of our environment. You got me? At a very young age, I used to be babysitting in the store. What am I gonna do? I was not here. They could watching muñequito, watching, what are they called in English?
What?
Watching like TV, watching Hey Arnold, the Rugrats,
cartoons,
Teletubbies, watching cartoons. I never liked my attention when it comes to playing video games. I don't have attention for that. If I'm gonna play basketball, do not talk to me about playing 2K2, 2K3, whatever. I'll literally because the thing is I used to see my cousin. I have a cousin. Shout out to Kelly. He's like the Estebans of the world, right? He used to freaking tell me, let's play PlayStation. Bro, let's play basketball in PlayStation. I'm like, let's play basketball in real life. Bro, he used to beat me because, they used to cheat code and all that. Yeah. So he was like a little nerd. You got me? So he was good on the video games. You know what I'll do? I'll slam the control. I'm like, let's go fucking play basketball in real life, motherfucker. Sorry that I'm here cursing.
That was out of anger or what?
I'm just bro, I got too much energy. I'm like a pit bull. I got. You don't see I got too much energy? Es mentira. Yeah. I got way too much energy to be playing video games. Low key, I don't have, my attention is not good for watching TV. Like even with a woman, like I cannot sit here, they can go watch a movie. Like I always been very intentional with everything I do. I cannot go and watch TV just to watch TV. I don't watch TV. And I bought over 50 TVs in my lifetime. Just for decoration. Just look how many TVs we got here. A billion TVs here. You got me? Yeah. Upstairs too. You got me? I don't watch TV. The TVs, they got a purpose. You see the reason why the TVs are here for, right?
Yeah.
But I don't, fuck I look like you can watching TV.
So use your energy, the energy that you have like now. So
to create. I use my energy to create, to enlighten. You got me? You notice I'm a talker. Since a little kid, I used to say I talk a lot. Because the thing is, there's 4 levels of value creation: implementation, unification, communication, imagination. I always been operating through the imagination. And I thank God, because now that I can reflect, since a little kid, I used to, have a lot of time to myself. Make sense? Yeah. So I guess that's how I was able to develop my imagination. And then I was always a talker. So then my ideas, I used to communicate them. And then I was always a good, unifying people. Because I'm good delegating, outsourcing. Low key, I don't want to call myself lazy, but before I do the work, I make your ass do the work.
You were moving people. You was moving people at that young age?
Bro, since a little kid, bro. Since a little kid, I've been telling people what to do.
So since you were a little kid, what made them listen to you?
Bro, I was first of all questioning everything, very curious. I was very confident. You got me? I was very confident in my ability since a little kid. You got me? I've never liked anybody telling me what to do. You got me? And low key, since a little kid, I was a fucking little pretty boy, bro. I was doing, you got me? I was being treated like a king since just from my aunts, my cousins. You got me? I was just basically treated different. You got me? In school, I was always the gifted kid, that gets whatever woman he wanted. I was always getting things my way. So it was my way or the highway. You see how basketball, how I do with the guys, or that I don't argue, I just go. I got all my life just moving like that. But I don't do it, trying to belittle people. Because I'm not better than people, but people are not better than me. I just know something. I was putting the work more than people. So since a little kid, I was already developing my mindset. I was put already in an environment to mature. It's like a banana. You put a banana in the right environment, it's going to mature faster than a banana in the wrong environment, bro. Make sense or doesn't make sense?
Yeah. So when you was the little kid, your character rose over the age.
Yeah. So I was programmed already. Notice, most people are programmed to be workers. I was already programmed to become a thinker, a boss. Let's say a boss. A boss is one that guarantees you're gonna eat, but also is one that tells you what to do, straight up. But then I went from a boss mentality to a leader mentality. I don't know if that makes sense. Because I've noticed that a boss could tell you what to do, but a leader, if you show the way, you lead by example, it's easier to influence people. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I could easily tell people what to do, because how to win friends and influence people, right? But imagine if I lead by example. Imagine me telling the Estebans of the world, hey, bro, get in shape, but I'm not in shape. I don't lead by example. But now, if I basically lead by example, all you gotta see is my results.
Speaking the boss and leadership, I read in the Castro Quadrant that it was a boss who had sold his business and all the workers behind, under him, they wasn't no better than when they first started the job. So the boss, he's looking out for himself. The boss is rich now, but the people under him, they gotta find something else what to do.
That's why people gotta watch out when you go get a job, JOB, just over bro. Those type of people that you gotta call on boss, they wanna see you under. Those people that be like, oh, you work for me, you gotta pick up on words, bro. Words have power. To me, you think I work for you. Fuck out of here. Now you understand where my character came along?
Yeah.
Well, character is what you say about yourself. Reputation is what the world says about you. Most people, they care about their reputation. Oh, what if I say this? What if I question this? Because they're trained to be workers. They're trained to be in fear zone. They're trained to be in a comfort zone. They're trained to be in security. They're not trained to be in the unknown, the uncertainty. They're trained not to question anything. See, I question everything. Why am I here? Why am I here with you?
Creating value for me and creating value for the world.
You see? Now, if it wouldn't be, recorded, I wouldn't even be talking to you. That's why what's not recorded is not remembered. But if I record the content, we record the content you're gonna be able to play it back. I could play it back. My kids could play it back. The world could play it back. Make sense?
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna be judged, I'm gonna be judged by God. Because I don't care about the people judging me. What do I tell people in my podcast? To unsubscribe. I'm too valuable to tell people they can subscribe, like, comment positive. That's not in me.
All right. Last question to wrap it up. What should be the difference in someone who like just started their journey or someone who's not new to the journey?
Repeat the question, bro?
The difference for someone who just started a journey and someone who's not new to the journey. All right, you use this organization for example, like the leaders that you see in the organization.
Simple. There's no difference in reality. At the end of the day, we're all the same. It's just, it could be your obsession. The people that have more time, they're more obsessed. The people that are new, they're just simply interested, and then they get to committed. You get me? That's why I want people to be obsessed. And their obsession is not by their words. It's not even by their actions. It's by paying it forward, right? Willing to share their blessings with others. The people that, have longer time, you get me? They could not simply prove it to me, because they don't got to prove shit to me. They could prove it to their own self and to God that they're all in. Be all in. We did an episode, be all in, ball in, right?
Yeah.
It's by you giving it back. Have you been balling? Have you been all in? Have you been helping people get from A to B? From B to C? From C to D? Always be helping people. Always be closing deals. Always be serving others. Secret number one, God wants each of us to be ostensibly preoccupied with the needs and desires of his other children. Now you understand why, as a leader, creating leaders that's supposed to be creating leaders, I have to go in people's podcasts. Now you get why we can just not let a Joe Smoker.
Yeah.
Imagine we let the wrong person. Notice people's mindset is, most people are lost, bro. Bro, after being around me, straight up, how much have your mindset changed?
Yeah, I haven't
straight up.
I have never in my life have I thought the way like I think now. So it's definitely like
how clear is seeing light at the end of the tunnel? How bright is your future? Straight up. How bright is your future, bro?
I see my future is really bright because I see the world from a different perspective.
Bro, right now, right now you can have anything you want to have. Because as long as you do everything that has to be done, you're going to become the person you have to become. See, now you're on your way to become also a public speaker. You have your podcast, Brick by Brick. It's your marketing tool, right? You've been consistent creating content every week. Now you even are consistent. Now you hear it. I don't even know when you're going to come into CMR Podcast Network. Now you even want to record more in CMR Podcast Network because now you understand the importance of branding. As CEOs of our own company, we need to be head marketer for the brand called us because now you understand we the business. Now I see the self-love, self-care, self-respect. I see you're more happy. I see more inner peace, more independence, a better management with your time. Now I see now you're valuing time. Before you didn't value time. You still don't, because if you still got a job, you went from 2-3 jobs to now 1 job.
Soon to be 0.
Huh? You got more hoops. You got more investment. You got brick by brick. Bro, you have opportunities.
Every level of success requires a new version of me.
Now you see, have. As a leader, we're in a mission to create leaders that create leaders. Have you been creating leaders? Ask yourself that question. Who have you helped go? Who are you coaching? Who are you mentoring? Who are you helping transition from, to have the right attitude, positive mental attitude to become a business owner? To transition from that employee mindset where time is money to the mindset that with money they could make money. Or with money you buy people's time. Or with an idea they could print money. Who have you helped find their purpose?
As of right now, I'll search for people, but
what's your excuse?
People is closed-minded. No, it's not an excuse. I haven't helped anybody yet.
Because you're not helping yourself. You're still lost to yourself with all due respect. And sorry, but not sorry. A brother that loves you tells you the truth, even in your own podcast. You're going to bring me as a coach mentor, I'm going to help you develop your character. Because a coach mentor tells you the truth. This is, the height don't matter, bro. You could be 6'5", I could be 5'8", I could have a lion heart set, you could have a cat heart set. Heart set, bro. When have you seen me with fucking fear? Straight up.
Haven't.
Respect all, fear none. Freedom from fear is one of the steps of riches. But positive mental attitude is one of the steps of riches. But capacity of applied favor is one of the steps of riches. But money comes last in the list. It's one of the steps of riches. You see, there's different steps. You got me? With all that said, world, look at Mars. Look at his transformation. Just look at his transformation. Just brick by brick, day by day. He's turning that one, he turned that one day into day one. Jeandy's gonna come now. Notice, we're not here doing something positive in the organization. Impact. Bro, just look at your old self and now look at your new self. Old self, new self.
Still growing, still evolving.
Huh? Because you're getting rid of your old ways. Grow. Grow. You're getting rid of your weaknesses. But your coach got to put you through the pain so you can reflect, so you can progress. Today's episode is what?
Light at the end of the tunnel. Light
at the end of the tunnel. So now you see light at the end of the tunnel. You should do an episode 2 in the future. Future looks bright. 2025 is around the corner. 2 more days to 2025. We're in 2024. You're going to be able to reflect back and look back, and you're going to be able to see your journey every week, your progress. Now you're going to be able to look back on when you had what? The dress.
Dreads, yeah.
Right? You see? You're going to be able to see the old Mars compared to the new Mars. And now, next year, imagine December of 2025. If you could record every week. Huh? I bet you anything, you're going to get your weight up.
Yeah, for sure.
Mars doing fucking legs. Never seen Mars do legs. Huh?
Yeah, I never liked working my legs.
Fucking Mars doing culito. Working his ass. You fucking... Yo, you funny, bro. Yo, you funny, bro.
Thank you, Carlos.
Yo, Mars, I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you,
my
man.
brother. Mentira, Mars brought me to his podcast. Eh? I'm highly favored to be a guest in Mars podcast.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, man.
Bro, I'm going to take my water. I'm not leaving my water, man.
You got one right here, too.
Which one is mine?
You got what?
Huh?
That being said, we're going to have Jeandy, Day One Podcast. Light at the end of the tunnel.
Thank you.
How you doing, bro? Thank you for coming.
Excelentemente bien, Carlos. Carlos, I was used to say excelentemente bien.
You still CMR.
Nobody asked me on the podcast how am I doing, but I'm doing excelentemente bien, blessed and highly favored, positive, productive, and intentional. We're doing this for a purpose.
Amen, amen. So to start off with you, perseverance is persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Why do you believe perseverance is the key to success?
Perseverance is everything, not only to success, but to accomplishing your dreams, because many are the plans in a man's heart, but it's the Lord's that prevail. So sometimes you want things to go your way, but there's going to be things that come along the path that you can't control, and you have to stay competent and just stay firm and believe that you're going to do what you're going to do.
Yeah. My next question to you is, can you share a pivotal moment where perseverance made all the difference to you?
My whole life, bro. My whole life. Because when I moved to Jersey, that was like my downfall. But then throughout this whole journey of entrepreneurship, because most people, when rain comes, people break, people melt like snowflakes. But as a leader, creating leaders, and that you should be paying it forward, you got to stay competent. No matter what's happening in your life, we got this, we good. No matter what it is, leadership, no matter where you at in life, especially as a man, because we the prophet of our household. Like a man is the prophet of the household. Right now, we still living with our parents. And no matter what we do, it's our dads that control. But when we step out, we're the prophet. So you got to stay competent and just stay firm, because today could be bad, but tomorrow could be good. Today could be good, but tomorrow could be bad. And life is our perspective. It's nothing bad. It's just lessons to be learned throughout that.
Yeah, I feel like if people had perseverance, like they would succeed more. Like a lot of people, they fall under pressure, but diamonds are made under pressure.
Success under stress.
Exactly. So I think people just need to have that in their mind, just to keep going and like just know like life is easy to some people, but life is hard to like most people, but it's all perspective. Like they gotta continue just to fight through. Like when you fight through, that's when you find that light at the end of the tunnel. You gotta go through that darkness to find the light at the end. So how do you measure progress? Do you look like taking a big leap, or do you look like take step by step? Like
Progress, to be honest, Carlos been heavy on the emphasizing of words. We already know words don't matter. Actions speak louder than words, but results speak louder than actions. So my progress is gonna come based off my results. That's how I know I'm progressing. How many people am I helping? How am I really paying it forward? How am I really sharing my gifts and talents? How am I multiplying and being fruitful? How God said to the first words He said to man.
be fruitful and multiply.
So looking at yourself in the mirror and what have I done this year? But not simply this year, today. You know what I mean? So it's just, what am I doing with my time? How am I serving God with my time? Looking at the fruits that you're bearing. What are you reaping? Sometimes there's seasons for sowing and there's seasons for reaping. You got to look, what have you reaped or sowing? And that's where perseverance comes in. Because if you haven't reaped yet, keep sowing. And that's where people mess up because they quit right before the sun starts to shine. As soon as that sun is coming up, as soon as the sun is rising, that's when people want to go to bed. Nah, going to bed meaning quit. You would have stayed up. You would have stayed 1 more hour, 2 more hours. You would have done an extra rep, an extra work. You would have posted another video. You would have been persistent. You would have persevered to talk to that person. You don't know what would have happened. So people quit, bro. Just staying consistent and persevering, and also persistence. If you be persistent on no matter what, even with a person or a brother, but just time.
Even if you're intentional of what you're doing, you continue that perseverance and continue fighting through. But that also like has to do, of course, with people like the mind, but also have to do with yourself. Like I say, like a mirror in a window. People need to look at the mirror instead of look at the window of what other people are doing. Look at the mirror. Look at yourself. Find the flaws in yourself. Also, it's good to have people around you to see the flaws as well. But it all starts with yourself. And then just knowing, like, just saying that, like, oh, that safety button. That safety button is dangerous to people because they have something to lean back on. People are not falling forward. And I'm speaking to myself as well.
I was about to ask you, what are you leaning back on? What are you feeling safety to? But Carlos already told you. And I'll just leave it to you to reflect. Can't put people through too much pain. They got to be a bad cop and a good cop.
Yeah. But pain, I go through the pain. But yeah, I remember a message that you sent me before about while I was still like on a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And then I remember I told you like, I know like the loss of riches is freedom of fear. But the answer, I don't know if you remember the answer I told you, but I said I didn't want to be walking like to the office. So that's like a limited belief because like I was just always thinking about like my car and then me like walking to the office.
Thinking negative, bro.
Yeah.
You're thinking about what if this doesn't work out. That's like the light at the end of the tunnel, right? That's like you in the tunnel, but you fearing everything that could go wrong. And that's what it is. That's why positive mental attitude is number one, because you got to focus on what if everything does work out. And I seen a video of Myron Golden. He talks about a lot of people say, what if this doesn't work? What if that doesn't work? When they have that dream come to them. And then they go tell people and they just pouring, what you call that? Venom to their plant. And the plant is yourself. But you got to focus. What if you risk it all? It's not even a risk because what are you going to learn? But what if you let everything go and you start balling, you go all in? What if everything does work out?
I don't feel like it was necessarily me thinking that was gonna go wrong, but I just knew like I was just thinking about the process that I had to take of like probably like lose my car and have to like to walk to the office to do what I gotta do.
Man, what I'll tell you and the viewers is I'm gonna challenge myself, but I also want everybody else watching this video, listening to the book Outwitting the Devil. I've listened to it like 2 times this month, and I'm gonna listen to it again. And the devil uses what we scare, what we're afraid of happening to mess with our mind. So if people fear poverty, he's going to use that. That's one of the things. That's what we're talking about.
Another question to you is, what role does adaptability play in achieving long-term success?
Everything. If you can't adapt, if you can't seek the beauty of discomfort, the beauty of discomfort, you're never going to make it. You got to be able to adapt. That's why mirroring or just camouflaging, you got to be able to adapt to every situation. When you pivot, when an obstacle comes, the obstacle is the way. You got to be able to adapt. And that was my biggest obstacle in my life. And now reflecting, I adapted to moving to Jersey. That was a big change in my life, and I adapted to that. I adapted leaving my 9 to 5 and taking this entrepreneur route, the business route. I'm not a businessman. I am the businessman, and helping other people see that vision. So adapting to everything that happens in your life, because when you're able to adapt it and change your mindset and get out of that fixed mindset and fix your mindset, upgrade it, update it, then you're gonna understand that everything in this world happens for you, not against you. And that's why people don't adapt. And when you don't adapt, you're gonna stay left. You're gonna stay behind.
What other strategies do you use to stay aligned with your goals?
What are the strategies I use to stay aligned with my goals? That's a great question. The strategies I use is just staying positive and putting in the work. Not focusing on that end goal, just focusing on, like, there's a famous saying about, you're scared about seeing the whole staircase, right? It's like driving, when you drive in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Could you see 3 miles ahead, like in daytime?
Yeah.
You could see 3 miles ahead when you drive in the nighttime in a pitch black area.
You said daytime.
No, in daytime you could see, but in nighttime, could you?
Nah.
All right, but what could you see when you're driving at night?
Darkness.
No, but when you have your lights on, you could see the
You can see what's like right in front of you.
exactly. So that's like night. You could see the next steps. But most people focus on what's all the way over there. Just focus on that next step, that first step that you could take, and just keep moving, keep walking by faith, not by sight. And soon enough, I made it to my destination. But that's where people mess up, because they just want that end goal, and they don't focus on enjoying the journey, trusting the process, embracing the process. So what I'll use is, what could I do right now? What could I control? I can't control me driving a Caddy. I can't control the whole highway, but I could control the route I'm on.
Yeah, Carlos, before he mentioned like the iceberg, like people can see the iceberg, like they see what happens in success, but they don't see what happens, what's under it. So another question, this is the last question to you. And this is a question, or this is a topic that Carlos touched on many times, but you're in a position as a coach as well. So now I would like you to share your light on that. The last question to you is, how important is it to have a support system or a mentor?
Support system, I'll be honest with you, Mars. If you don't support yourself, nobody will. The only support system you need is the man you look at, the person you see in the mirror, man or female. That's the only support system you need, because we all believe God is with us. We believe God is with us. We know God is in us. But do you believe in yourself? As long as you support you, it's going to come. The mentor, I wasn't begging on Carlos' knees. He just came. The opportunity was created. So that's why, like today, for example, when he was talking to the girl, I know we had to record, but you don't know if that opportunity, she needed it. It's not focusing on us. It's focusing on the value that could be created for her. And this is going to help us grow, because this is a support system. This is a growth environment. And when we talk, I don't care if you get in your feelings, but I don't like it as a mentor coach. But I understand that's part of the process. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to please everybody, because when I tell people the truth, they get into their feelings. But that's been my problem my whole life. But what was the question again? Well, support system and mentorship is super important. Mentorship is super important, because a mentor is a person that is going to help you accomplish your dreams more than anybody. Keep it a buck. That's why NBA, they emphasize it. Tony Robbins, he was talking about Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn. Without Jim Rohn, there's no Tony Robbins. A mentor is what makes you, or it could break you, depending on your mindset. But support system, all you need is yourself. You need to support yourself, and your mentor is always going to support you. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you get yourself a mentor, a coach, if he's not hard on you, buscate otro, because he's pleasing you. A mentor coach is going to be hard on you. He's going to motivate you to do better. He's going to inspire you. He's going to be an aspiration in your life. Aspiration is not, you don't want to be like him, but damn, he motivates me. That's going to be a support system. Yeah, I can't quit. I'm the type of person, it's not that I don't want to let people down. It's that if I let myself down, I'm going to let them down. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. You could leave your job, right? And your parents can have your opinions. They're going to look at it like you letting them down. But you got a plan. An idiot with a plan beats a genius with no plan. We gave you a map. He said you have 3 opportunities. Start balling. Be all in on all 3 of them. And I promise you, the plant is going to blossom. And the plant is you, bro. Because we the business.
Yeah, I understand. Like, I've been like in this organization, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I could like trick myself to thinking like I'm all in here. But in reality, Sometimes to be honest, I feel like a hypocrite because like I'm talking. It's like I'm not. I'm talking about the stuff. I'm talking about the person I'm becoming, but I'm not talking about the person that like I am right now. So I can say that it's like a future truth, like you always say. But like, so now I just gotta take the steps as well as along with my audience, and that's why the episode I had like a brain fart just now. But like the episode, like why like the new levels require like you to be like a new version of yourself. Shout out to Carlos who just touched on that episode. Like this is a level that I gotta prepare. I gotta prepare myself. I gotta be prepared and just change myself overall. Continue to change, continue to grow, and so I could be ready for the next levels as I continue to blossom.
And you wanna know why most people don't see that light at the end of the tunnel? Because
Wow.
they take one step forward and two steps back. What does the word say in the book of Revelations? You are lukewarm, I will vomit you.
Yeah.
So most
Said
people
spit
want
you
to,
out, yeah.
most people, let's say they want to go to heaven, they want to inherit riches, whatever it may be. I just use Bible verses. That's a metaphor. People, they're going to interpret that however they want to interpret. But I say that because everybody wants that light at the end of the tunnel. Everybody wants to accomplish their dreams, whatever it is to them. And it all falls under the same category. It's either we want the dream car, whatever car you aspire to have, the dream home for your family. We all want to have a nice home to cherish with our family. But everything starts with the dream business, because how are we serving in the world? But that business is like the Lincoln Tunnel, right? Somebody thought of that idea. The Lincoln Tunnel go underwater, don't it? Mm-hmm. It go underwater. It was a process. It wasn't built overnight. I'm still working process. I'm not perfect, but I'm putting in the work. And I acknowledge my flaws, and I acknowledge what I'm doing right as well, because you can't, there's thing as self-sabotage exists. And that's what I have to learn throughout my years, that positive self-talk. I tell myself, yo, Jeandy, you that nigga. So remember that you him too. Like, it's not only me. I want you to say that. I want everybody to say that, because we are the prize, bro. You got to acknowledge and remember that you could go to that light that you see at the end of the tunnel, but you got to put in the work and have people around you. That quote, bro, Carlos said, tell me who you with, and I'm going to tell you who you are and where you headed and where you are headed. Yo, Mars, I'll be lying to you. If this year, bro, my whole circle transformed. I don't have meaningless conversations. I don't even like being with my family no more. They invited me for Christmas. I was hesitant, but I was like, nah, I'm not going to go. And my cousin Joshua, he was like, yo, bro, I know you're not going to go because the scenery is not you. I can't be in a room full of hypocrites. Carlos emphasized it. Most people won't understand because they don't even know who they are. I don't know who I am. I'm still finding about myself, but I know who I'm not. I'm not a drinker. I'm not a smoker. I'm not going to participate in activities that don't serve me. You know why? It's not going to take me to the tunnel that I envision for myself. It's not going to bring that light how I want it, but I don't know best. But I know God tells me, yo, that's not for you. So if you see yourself in the mirror, you watching this video, working at 9 to 5, and you tired of it, we all have God talking to us. Told you, prayer is us talking to God. Intuition is God talking to you. You're talented in basketball. If you a coach, you're going to become better. My communication is better because I'm helping people with their communication. I'm just building people. You're a coach, life and basketball. But are you ready to go all in and start balling? Thank you, Mars.
Thank you, bro, for that. As you can see, it's such powerful minds, and I'm not gonna say that I'm lucky, but I could say that I'm very blessed to just be around these two mentors. And you guys, we're just giving you guys value right now. Just turn the camera on, and it was not recorded, not remembered. So that's why I'm glad you guys could also hear the words, like powerful words from both Carlos and Jeandy, and you guys could also reflect. I'm basically here in front, and y'all seeing me change as well, but that change also came from God and allowing these men to be around me as well. That's why I stress a lot about your circle and only quality people. These people, they're quality to me, and they add value to me. And now we're giving free game, we're giving value to the world, you guys. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, God. Thank you, Carlos and Jeandy.
Thank you.
Yeah, so light at the end of the tunnel, you guys got to just constantly just push through that darkness. Just push through that darkness. Like, it's gonna be darkness surrounding you, but just remember that light at the end and keep pursuing your dreams. Don't worry about the darkness around you. Just have God here as your foundation and just keep going. Because when you see that light in the darkness and you have that, when you're finally in that light, you're gonna be like glad. And all the work that you did is gonna be worth it. So that's why you have to constantly just do you, man. Just do you. Because once you have that light, you're gonna be, it's still room to grow. So once you hit that light, you can still grow as well. So don't get too comfortable. Never get too comfortable with just being in the light. You gotta be comfortable, be uncomfortable, and keep pursuing to be your better self. So thank you guys again for watching and tuning into all my other episodes where I'm definitely believe that you guys will get something from all those other episodes that I did. And stay in tune for the other episodes in the future. Just here to impact you. We're in a